Oh good. Just what I was hoping for today. A good lane closure. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Get Out and Ride. It is finally day number 7 of this Appalachia trip, the final day. I am on the last push home. I'm on Interstate 70 heading out of Dayton towards Indianapolis, and this is going to wrap up this trip. It's been an amazing week so far. I don't expect today's video to really go very long. Today's plan is really just to get on the interstate and get from Dayton to Chicago as quickly as possible. Just because, 1, it's the last day, 2, I'm going through pretty familiar territory, and 3, I've got a lot of other stuff going on this week, so the earlier I can get home, the better. As much as I like exploring the back roads and stuff, it does take a little bit longer, and today is one of those days where I really don't kind of have that time. I've got to start to get back to reality and back to normal day to day. So I'm going to stay on the interstate, so it should be a pretty quick ride, and because of that, I don't expect there to be a whole lot of video over the course of the day, just because I don't expect there being a whole lot to see, but I'll shoot some video just of sort of the route between here and there. So I'm not sure if some of you caught it if you saw yesterday's video, which would be day number 6. If you haven't, you can click on the links below and go check it out. I noticed last night, which was day 6, when I was editing day 5's video. I got done with that, and it was about 10:30 last night, and I wasn't going to edit day 6, and I didn't, but I just wanted to download the footage out of the cameras and take a look at it. So I did, and when I watched the closing section of the day 6 video, I realized, you could hear it in my voice, how worn out I was. I did not realize it at the time, but this trip really kind of took a toll and wore me down a little bit. By day 6, I was sort of running on empty, and that's when I knew early on last night that I was not going to edit 2 videos. It just wasn't in the cards. I needed to get some sleep, and so how I got to that point was kind of my normal route, or my normal schedule on these days is I get up, I go ride all day, have a good time, get back to the hotel to shower and change, go grab some dinner, and then I spend the evening editing these videos. And some people don't realize, even just a 15-minute video, you can easily spend 2 or 3 hours sometimes doing the editing work to put it all together, because you've got to review all the footage from the day, find out what you're going to use, what you're not going to use, put it all together, get transitions done, tie everything in right, get music in, adjust transitions. It takes a lot of time to put these things together, which I love doing them. I do it because it's a fun hobby and I enjoy it. But what ends up happening is, before you know it, it's well after midnight. A couple times it was, 2 in the morning by the time I got done uploading everything and everything was finished for the day. And then I would go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and do it all over again, which you can do that for 2 or 3 days, and I had no problems with it. But I noticed, like I said, by yesterday, on the end of that day 6 video, I was pretty rough. I was a little worn out and didn't even notice it as much myself in the moment, but when I went back and watched that video, wow, I was really worn out. So that was when I knew I was just going to get the one video done. I finished it up before 10:30 last night, and that was it. I was done and went to sleep, and I feel great today. I'm refreshed, ready to go again, so I don't end up in that spot again. So anyway, like I said, I enjoy doing these videos because they serve 2 real purposes in my mind. So one is that a lot of people have commented and they enjoy coming along on these rides. Some of them have done these rides before, and it's a great memory for them to see those roads again. But I also do it for myself. Even if I didn't upload them to YouTube, I would still make these videos very similar to the way they are, just to have them as a souvenir of these trips, because it's kind of cool. I myself sometimes go back to some of my videos and I can watch them and I can see where I was and what I was doing, and it's really kind of cool just to have that sort of little souvenir to go back and look at sort of day by day and relive some of those trips. So anyway, it is a bit of a grueling schedule sometimes, but I really enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. And what's more fun? I get out and ride a bike all day, and I can go back and play and edit video and do that stuff, which is things I enjoy doing. So that really does make a great vacation for me. I enjoy it. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, I'm not expecting a whole ton of footage from today. It's mostly just going to be interstate between Dayton and Chicago. But I will shoot some video to sort of document my way there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut over to the footage now, let you guys watch that, and I will check back with you at the end of the day. Well, all right, there you have it. We are back in Illinois. I am on I-294 northbound, just starting to get into the Chicago area. And this is going to wrap it up for day 7 and for this Appalachia trip. It was an amazing week. I had a really good time. Only saw a couple little spots of rain, nothing that really spoiled my time at all. Loved it so much so that I'm thinking I might be looking to do a trip back down there again sometime next year. Anyhow, for this trip, I just crossed over 1,800 miles on the trip meter for this total trip. So I'll be, I don't know, maybe 1,830 miles by the time I pull back into my garage in the city. So it was right about an 1,800 mile trip as I expected it to be. Everything worked out fine. Bike performed perfectly, as it always has in the past, thank God. So I guess this will wrap up day 7 and the Appalachia trip as a whole. Thank you again for everybody for joining in and coming along with me on this adventure. It means a lot to me. I appreciate everyone's feedback and encouragement that I get from all these videos. And yeah, it's been a fantastic time. I look forward to doing the next big trip. You'll probably see more from me soon because I'm not done riding yet. I still got a couple months of worth riding before the bike goes up for the winter here in Chicago. But this is the last big trip of 2019. My next big trip probably won't be until late spring, early summer of 2020. Maybe sooner if the weather cooperates. We'll see what happens when that time comes. But until then, and I see you on the next video, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Get out there and ride, be safe, and take care, everybody. See ya.